A Tale of Two Hygienists presents this week's TIPisode. Quick and easy tips to keep you up to date and presented by the experts in the profession. Now, get ready for your unofficial TIPisode.
So this is a special edition of the TIPisodes. We had an extra week here and we wanted to give a little bit of acknowledgement to Crest Oral-B for being such a good partner with the podcast in the past. And one of the programs that they have is called the Smile Council. And the Smile Council is made up of members of the hygiene community who weigh in on very important decision-making, from anything from marketing to kind of what events they should attend and what things that the hygienists are interested in, what things the hygienists need to know, where can we put some educational pieces, all that. It's a nice wide scope of what the Smile Council does. And so what we did today is we are here at ADHA, and we gathered some of the Smile Council members that were here, helping support Crest Oral-B and supporting their individual companies that they work for. And so we put this together in hopes that they would help the new grads and the students take a little bit of advice from some established veterans. So we hope you guys enjoy these tips.
This is going to be a TIPisode brought to you by Smile Council. And welcome, Sarah Thiel.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. So we're doing a tip for our students and for new grads, correct?
We want your number one expert opinion tip.
So one of the things that helped me through school was a schedule. Every time at the beginning of the year, I'd go through my whole schedule and I'd put every single test in, and I'd highlight it in red, every single quiz in, highlight that in yellow. Any project due, I'd highlight it in blue. Andrew's freaking out over here.
I love it.
No, it's good.
Speaking to my nerd soul.
For me.
Yes.
Because that way I could look at my schedule overall and be like, okay, I can slack off until this date. And then I got to study here, and here. So that saved my life. I don't know if I could have made
preparation is what she meant to say, not slack off. She wanted to really prepare for
that's what I meant.
the exams.
Yes.
Yep. So that's for students. That was quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good.
For new grads, obviously, I'm going to say make sure you start working on CE Zoom.
Yes.
And getting all your CE, getting them lined out so you know exactly what's required and allowed in your state, so you can make sure that you stay licensed as a hygienist and keep your education. Like that's another thing. Sorry, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. I feel like when we graduate, we're so sick of studying. We're so sick of books. We're so sick of conferences. But stay in the know because it changes so fast.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Good recommendations.
Those are some good tips, Sarah.
Thank you.
Well, my name is Rafael Rondon, and Andrew says I'm awesome.
You are awesome.
You are awesome. Yes.
I'm just Rafael. I'm the founder of Mr. RDH, and I get the opportunity to be working with a lot of hygienists out there, mentoring and coaching. And a tip that I give to students will be that don't give up, work hard, embrace the profession they've chosen, and just do the best you can. Get ready for those boards because it is a great profession.
Yes.
And when it comes to graduates, I will say value what you embrace or the program you went into when it comes to hygiene. Value, and everywhere you go, ensure that you're doing the right thing for the patient. Ensure that you create that value of the services you're rendering to your patients, and ensure that you are giving yourself a value, that you're doing something really awesome for your patients that are going to be saving a life or making them feel good or just enhancing their smile. It's just about keeping that focus all times.
Hello, everybody. I'm Deborah Carrier. I am a hygienist of 40 years. I'm a member of the Crest Smile Council and owner of Twice as Nice Uniforms. The number one thing that I think the advice I would give to a dental hygiene student is I know how incredibly stressful hygiene school can be and overwhelming, but just hang in there, pay attention to everything everybody says, absorb it all, and once you get out, it'll all make sense and it'll come together. And then for graduates, this is something that I learned very early on. When I graduated, I went into a group practice with a lot of experienced hygienists, and then there was me. And I learned that if I dressed the part, and I dressed really professionally, I looked like I knew what I was doing, even though maybe I didn't always know exactly what I was doing. And that really gave me a leg up and got the attention that I needed to succeed in that office.
My name is Andrew Johnston. I am co-host of a Tale of Two hygienist and proud member of the Crest Smile Council for the last 3 years. And I also have some words of advice for students and for new grads. My number one tip for students is be nice to your educators. I had an opportunity recently to go back to my alma mater and luckily profusely apologize to our, I'm not going to say what her position is, it'll give it away, but to one of the instructors who is still working there, and I was not nice to her at all during the program. Fortunately for me, she forgave me, and she said, well, you weren't even the worst one we've had. So that did make me feel better. So just remember, look, don't be entitled, be nice to them. They're there to do a job, and the job is really to protect the public too, just like what you're trying to do as well. So that's my number one tip for the students. My number one tip for new grads, sharp instruments. I cannot say this enough times. And then maybe this is a good one for the students too, because you need to, like when you're taking your boards and stuff, you need really sharp instruments. Here's my thing. You have two options for sharp instruments. You can try some of the never sharpen, forever sharp, sharpen free type instruments, or learn how to sharpen appropriately. And Michelle loves the Gleason Guide, so I'm going to put a quick little plug in for them with PDT. And you cannot do great work taking care of your patients effectively if you don't have sharp instruments. Those are my two things.
We hope you enjoyed this week's TIPisode. Be sure to reach out to our guest experts and let them know how helpful their tips were. Follow A Tale of Two Hygienist on Facebook, Instagram, and head over to ataleoftwohygienist.com and subscribe to our newsletter. You can also email us at ataleoftwohygienist@gmail.com and keep listening for more awesome content from your unofficial dental hygiene podcast.